Welcome,
Good morning,
welcome to the.
everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Helena Nat. I'm the Executive Director for the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. This is a great day, great webinar going on. We are talking the hot new topic. It's always been a topic, but it is just getting so much buzz right now on all aspects, and it's AI. And we were right on top of it, especially when it comes to small businesses. It's really important that we, as the Greater New York Chamber, our mantra is to help you grow your business. And these webinars that we put on are great opportunities for you to get the information into the hands of entrepreneurs, small, medium-sized companies, for you to grow your business and for you to, get this information, because when you have this information and it helps you grow your business, you stimulate the economy. You help employ people, and then when people have jobs, they go into their community and spend money in their community. So I'm going to backtrack it right now. We're excited for this webinar. I'm going to turn it over to Mark Jaffe. He's going to introduce our key person who's doing the presentation from in-house. And Mark Jaffe is the president and CEO of the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce. Mark, take it away.
Good morning, everybody. And Helena, you're right. This is right on the curve of helping small businesses with the latest technology. We're all hearing about AI. You all know how many legal documents and papers that you may need to operate, start, and run a small business. So we've partnered with Ryan Wenger. He's got a great background, not only in law, went to a fantastic law school, but working on these new startups, technology startups, fundraising. He's got great partners. We're putting together a great network of attorneys to help people go over the papers that they can get using in-house. But this is designed for making it accessible. So take a look at this presentation, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy it. Ryan, take it away.
Thank you, Mark. And I want to thank you for being the first chamber in the country to partner with an AI company, a legal AI company specifically, very much at the cutting edge. What we're talking about today is how to use legal AI safely and use it to get a competitive edge in your business. I'm going to be talking about using AI in general, like ChatGPT, but also in-house specifically, since it's a resource available to you as a member of the chamber. Brief background on myself. I was a corporate lawyer for 7 years and founded a company called Where2, which I sold to a public company, Flight Center Travel Group. And I founded, exiting that business, I realized how little resources are available to startups and small businesses for legal work. So I wanted to build an AI company that was focused on SMBs, and that's what in-house is. You can reach me at ryan@inhouse.app if you have any questions, and our website is inhouse.app, which we'll go through. So a little bit about in-house. We are the #1 legal AI on ChatGPT, on the GPT store through a partnership. We have an app that has over 1 million conversations, 4.5 rating out of 5,000 ratings. So it's the top SMB legal AI in the country. Supporting it is a network of 3,000 lawyers. As a lawyer turned founder, I know how important it is to integrate lawyers into AI to make it safe for SMBs to use for legal work. So I'll get into how that works, but we have a fabulous network of over 3,000 attorneys in all 50 states in almost every practice area that can help make sure that you're using the AI safely and also finalizing any work product that you need. I encourage anyone in the audience who's a lawyer, I encourage you to reach out to me and welcome you to join our marketplace. I want to start with a poll. Who has used ChatGPT for legal work? Please answer just yes or no in the chat, and Helena will tab it up, and I'm really curious to hear how many of you, just be honest, have used ChatGPT or Anthropic for any of your legal work. You know, drafting an NDA or asking a legal question. We'll get back to that one later. So, what?
Just FYI, we have very few yeses, mostly nos.
Okay, it makes sense. It's you know, AI is still relatively new, and it can be scary to use for legal work. So, what is the promise of AI? Why is AI? Why is legal one of the top professions that's being taken over by AI? And the answer is this: that traditional 57% of business owners do their own legal work in the US. So more than half of entrepreneurs and business owners don't hire lawyers for anything. They use LegalZoom or do their own research or ask their cousin that's a personal injury attorney for advice on incorporating. That really surprised me as a lawyer that many people don't use lawyers. So, and why? It's for two reasons. They're expensive, you know, relatively speaking, at an average of $500 an hour in New York City. And the number one complaint with lawyers is that they're slow to respond. It's the number one bar complaint about lawyers is that they don't answer their emails or take longer than the person would like to draft a document. You compare that to AI, and it's free, and it's instant, and it's certainly way better than the prior self-help tools of LegalZoom. So you can understand why it's a massive growing trend for individuals to use ChatGPT for their personal legal work or for their business's legal work. Question, of course, is how safe is it? And the biggest study on this gave it a C+. So it passed the bar exam, but not by a large margin. It's about a second or third year kind of average attorney level. There's three problems with ChatGPT for legal work. The top one is bad questions lead to bad answers. If you ask for the wrong document, you're going to get the wrong document. If you ask a research question in the wrong way, it's going to not understand like a human would and give you the wrong answer. Second problem is it's overconfident. It will hallucinate sometimes and invent cases and not know that it's doing it. And you can't ask it for its confidence level. So that's the second problem. Third problem is that its training material is limited to documents. It doesn't, it was never trained on lawyers, kind of like their notes or the way that they think about cases. It didn't involve lawyers in the process of building ChatGPT. So it just created a probabilistic model based on millions of cold legal documents. So it is therefore very two-dimensional. When should you use legal AI? When is it safe and when is it not safe? And again, I'm talking here generically about ChatGPT, not in-house. In-house we'll go into in a little bit. When is it safe to use ChatGPT for legal work? These are the four areas it's safer. When drafting standard contracts that are low stakes, reviewing contracts for red flags, answering basic legal questions, and generating summaries. In those areas, it's quite good. Not 100% reliable, but pretty good. Reviewing contracts, you can upload a document to ChatGPT and ask it questions about the document or ask for a summary. You can upload red lines from a customer and ask for feedback and suggestions on what to give back, and it works pretty well. It's bad in these cases. Litigation, obviously can't defend you in court. AI is not a lawyer, and for high stakes things, it's dangerous and not worthwhile. But very jurisdiction specific things. If you're filing a small claims action in a particular courthouse, it's not going to get the nitty gritty right of the local rules, and procedurally could get you in trouble. And then finally, when human judgment or advocacy is required, AI doesn't meet the bar. So how do you get the most from AI? Number one is to share your objectives rather than trying to be a lawyer. So we'll get it. I'm going to demo this in a minute, but you don't want to try to pretend like you're a lawyer when you're asking for legal work with ChatGPT. You want to try to just share what you're looking for in plain English and let it guide you. Number two is to not go right into drafting a document. You don't want to draft the wrong document. So don't ask for a LLC operating agreement if you're not 100% sure that's exactly what you need. It's better to ask, I just started a company, what should I think about? Or what are my different types of, what are the different structures I could use to start a company? Then you could pick an LLC and then ask for it to draft it. Starting wide and going narrow will get you much further. Third is to cross-check if it's important. You see cases or statutes or anything really critical, Google it, take it out of ChatGPT, put it in Google, try to find the case or the statute and make sure it's doing what it says. Number four, don't share highly sensitive information if you expect to be sued. ChatGPT conversations are not privileged, just like Google searches. So be aware of that if you feel like if you expect to be sued, it is theoretically possible that you'd have to share what's in there. So don't share anything you wouldn't Google search. Five, consider a lawyer to do the last mile. The most efficient use of AI to get the benefits, the speed and efficiencies, but the security of a lawyer is to hire a lawyer. You can start with the AI and send it to a lawyer and ask for an hourly rate to have them look over it and mark it up. They will likely be wary of it, which is why we built in-house. In-house has 3,000 plus lawyers in our network who will do this work on our AI because they've learned to trust our AI because they know it's highly safe. So I will demo in-house. Actually, I'm sorry, before I do this, Helena, do you think is there any questions you think I should answer before going into the demo?
No, I think you're gonna get questions after you do the demo. So
Okay,
I'm monitoring the chat, so there's no questions yet. But
So there's several things about in-house that made it safe for non-lawyers to use. Number one, it's the only AI built for SMBs. ChatGPT is built for the general population. There are a large number of legal AI startups, but they're all focused on lawyers. They're all built for lawyers as a tool that they can use internally in their law firm to generate documents. So in-house is the only AI in the country, on the planet, that's designed for SMBs and entrepreneurs specifically. So it has a lot of unique workflows that and education that's built to make it work well for that audience. Number two, it includes lawyer supervision. So for a very small monthly rate, it includes unlimited lawyer reviews of your work product. It's $150 a month for unlimited consultations with a expert lawyer that partners with your account to make sure that you're using AI safely. Number three, we fine tune the product on anonymized lawyer feedback. So I mentioned earlier that ChatGPT is just based on documents. In-house is the only AI that's built on a playbook that comes from the lawyer feedback, and that's makes it much more reliable, much safer, more up to date than any other legal AI. All the feedback is double opt-in, so anyone that doesn't want anonymized feedback trained in doesn't have to do it. But it makes in-house the safest AI on the planet for doing legal work. Number four, it's designed to correct common mistakes. So if you ask the wrong question or ask for the wrong document, it will correct you. And it gets to know you. So you don't have to provide a tremendous amount of details for it to apply the right state law, the right regulations, and benchmark against the right industry standards when generating a document. So as a member of the chamber, you have access to in-house. It's free to use our basic version. You can ask any legal question free of charge using our AI. And there's a few workflows that have a subscription attached to it that have a significant discount with being a member of the chamber. So if you want to use in-house, just go to inhouse.app. You could start here by just asking your question, draft and independent contractor agreement, and it'll get you started. I'm going to log in here to show you the premium experience. Okay, so you can get a sense of, if you click here, all the different things it can do for a small business. So in employment, it can draft an employment agreement, draft an offer letter, answer questions like, what are the key rules around hiring and firing employees? How do I terminate an employee without exposing my business to liability? IP, it can draft a IP assignment agreement, a copyright registration, trademark application, work for hire agreement, terms of service, NDA, corporate documents, finance, just about anything that your business needs on a daily basis, in-house has been built to address. It also handles personal legal matters, but I'm going to focus on the business, on businesses because we're talking about the Chamber of Commerce here. So so if you click, so you can start your question here, or you can go here. So I'm going to, let's say, draft a legal document. So let's say that we want to hire a receptionist for our business. So I'll go here, and let's say I've heard that I can use an independent contractor agreement to hire this person. Maybe they're part-time, or I want to keep costs down. So I want to try to use an independent contractor agreement. So you'll type it in here, make sure it's right for you, and hit continue. So when you onboard, it asks for your company information, what the name of your company, where it's located, and what it does, and that personalizes the AI. If you are doing it for another company, you can just click here and change the party information. All right, and it'll apply the profile for that company. So it says, great, great to hear you want to draft an independent contractor. Could you provide more details about what you need? So let's say, I'll just say, we want to hire a receptionist. Yes, 9 to 5. Okay, so it caught the problem. So unlike ChatGPT, it doesn't just do what you say. If you try to ask it to do something that is illegal or violates anything that we found in our knowledge base, it will correct you, right? So it says no.
Ryan, we just had a webinar, a presentation from the New York State Unemployment yesterday on a panel discussion. When you brought that up about a receptionist, it was spot on, because if you have a receptionist 9 to 5, that's not an independent contractor. So I know that. So this is great, everyone who's on here, because technically what he put in it would not signal an employment. An independent, it would signal that this is an employee.
Yeah, I chose this example because one of our clients did the same thing. They tried to hire a receptionist in California, which is even harder, as an independent contractor, and it flagged it. and he called me and said, "What's going on? Why isn't this working?" So it identified the problem. So it said, it explains why the right agreement is going to be an employment contract. So you can continue with what you wanted, uh, or you can take the recommendation. So let's take the recommendation. While I do this, I'll just give the promo code. So if you sign up for inhouse.app and you want to use the premium version, use the promo code chamber during the checkout, and it'll take a third off of the normal subscription fee. What is included in the subscription as opposed to the free is our drafting capabilities. If you want to draft unlimited legal documents, it costs $49 a month, or a third off of that with the discount. And that's, to draft an unlimited number of contracts or legal documents. And for $150 a month, you also get a in-house counsel to partner with your company, and you'll have a consultation meeting where you get to know them and can outline your business objectives and have them start to create a project plan for you. And then anytime you want to loop them in to the conversation, they're just a click away. So I'll get into that in a minute. So it's now asking, specific questions to try to finalize this employment contract. And these are very dynamic. These are based on what it knows about you, about the chat, about your company, but that you identified during onboarding. All that goes into issue spotting and crafting a complete contract at nearly a lawyer level with these inputs. So for speed, I'm going to skip these questions though. So it's now generating this document. It's gonna make it in a Google document. So we make it so it's very easy to edit and share and add a signature page and send it off, through DocuSign or whatever your preferred signature platform is for signature. What it's doing in the background is using a combination of the latest OpenAI APIs, and then also looking at our knowledge base, what we call the playbook, to draft the document. So it finished, it gives a summary of what it did, and then lets you view the document or click a button to send this to your in-house lawyer to review and finalize. So let's look at the document. Fills in the company information, the background. The company desires to employ the employee as a receptionist for its front desk on an ongoing basis. You could see how detailed and robust this is. It drafts contracts at a near lawyer level by using a combination of the ChatGPT plus our knowledge base. Every line of this has been tailored to your situation. So it's not a template like you get on LegalZoom. All right, now I want to compare this to ChatGPT. So if you went in and said, draft a, let's see independent contractor agreement, draft an independent contractor agreement to hire a receptionist. Let's see what it does. First of all, no recognition that there's an inherent conflict with hiring a receptionist as an independent contractor. The second problem is this is basically a napkin agreement. When you talk to your friends that were lawyers about using AI to do legal work, this is first and foremost what they'll be very upset about, is it's just incomplete. This is essentially a napkin agreement. It's not long enough. It doesn't have enough, because it's not applying local laws. It's not applying your unique situation. It's not applying any attorney strategy to the situation. And as a result, it's really not very usable compared to what you get with in-house. That's the end of my presentation, pretty much. So here's, it's free to use. If you want one of our subscriptions, it's $400 a month or $150 a month. You can enter chamber at checkout to cut a third off of those amounts. But I really want to spend the rest of this time answering questions, even happy to do any specific legal work. And I want to add that if you subscribe and you tell Helena that you did, I'm happy to walk you through your first legal task also. So just let her know that you've subscribed, and we can hop on a call. I can get to know your business, teach you how to use it, and even help you generate your first bit of legal work. But Helena, what questions can I answer?
Anyone have any questions? Someone said, what happens if my attorney needs, what happens if my matter needs to hire an attorney? So Ryan can answer that, but I want to stress, if any member attorneys are on here, they could be part of this referral database. So I want to stress that we are, Ryan has talked to us about that. That was part of the partnership, that we would include our members. So if you can, we have a couple of questions. So what happens? So Ryan, do you want to answer that? What happens if my matter needs to hire an attorney?
Yeah, if you need to hire an attorney, so you're always welcome to use it to send our AI to any attorney. There's no restriction on that. And then, of course, a big feature in in-house is our marketplace of lawyers. So if you want a lawyer that's familiar with our product and willing to work on top of AI, that's part of the platform that you can loop them in. And we have experts in every field in every state, so we can find people that have a industry specialization as well.
And we have through where our partnership is, we have members of the chamber that might have that specific industry matter involved. So we will, have someone locally that you can either meet or feel comfortable with. Another question.
On top of that,
I see.
on top of that, to answer that question more directly, this is a great start. You get paperwork. It's designed, as you heard, for small and medium-sized businesses to get them looking at the paperwork to see if they have a legal case. And then, as Helena said, we have a network of attorneys, but with Ryan's introduction, we have now expanded that network of attorneys. So you're going to find out if you have a case through using the artificial intelligence. And I believe you can get a free opinion, free paperwork, and then we can sit down and determine if you really need an attorney. And that's the beauty of it. You may well need an attorney. We have a network, and adding in-house's network, we have a huge network now.
That's right.
Ryan,
So I'm seeing some good questions that I can.
Yeah. Does it handle
through.
entertainment, legal help, such as movie deals? That's a good question.
Yes, it does. So the beauty of using ChatGPT as our baseline is it has been trained on millions of legal documents in every nuanced industry, including movie deals, including entertainment. The problem with using ChatGPT alone is you're just not going to be, unless you're a lawyer, you're actually not going to be able to know how to use it to get the right work product. So by using in-house, you're getting the best of both worlds. It has it has an unbeatable amount of training material that will make sure that it knows your very nuanced, specific industry, but it also has our playbook built into it to make sure that it's getting the best out of the AI.
And just so you know, Ryan was in California, so he's familiar with that with that industry. What a good question. How does your app compare with services provided by Legal Shield and related legal subscription services?
Right, great question.
Yep.
So they're very different. Legal Shield is a legal plan, so you can call a lawyer and ask very general questions at any time. They don't really do legal work for you, so it's not going to generate, custom agreements or legal documents. It's just going to be a phone call with a lawyer somewhere in the country who answers general questions about your needs. They don't get to know that, you don't work with one attorney. They don't get to know your business. They don't have any history with you, and it doesn't include any AI. The biggest difference is with in-house and 24/7. You can, on your phone or on your desktop, get a question answered or get a document generated.
If I have more than one business, do I need to pay different memberships?
At the moment,
That's a
no.
chamber question, isn't it?
I think well, first of all, become a member of the Greater New York Chamber, but no, Leslie, yeah, Ryan's just sitting there saying, get on board now. So use that chamber promo.
Well, this
Right,
actually
right.
goes back to the Legal Shield. I wanted to add on, so that Ryan is at the forefront of merging AI, not just chat GBT, but AI with legal experts. So these are forms that have some legal benefits to them. Obviously, if we see a case, you see a case, you see the paperwork, you can then get an attorney through this huge network. Legal Shield, in all truthfulness, and I'll throw this question back to Ryan, probably in a year or two is going to start playing catch up. A lot of people will start playing catch up and try to use AI, but yet we will have a platform that's being proven. I think it's been used widely in California, and we're now expanding across the country. And as Ryan said, we're the first Chamber of Commerce, our Chamber Law Center, 70 attorneys strong, has chosen Ryan because he is uniquely qualified because of his legal experience, his entrepreneurial experience, and the fact that he's the first AI source that has dedicated a legal platform. So other people will be using it in the future. Legal Shield, I don't believe, has it now. Do you?
Well,
Right, right.
No,
well,
no,
yeah.
they don't.
Can your firm help us with the compliant draft NDA, employment agreement, policy docs, employment handbook, etc., which is compliant as per the U.S. state laws?
All day, every day.
I knew that one. Yes, yes, and
Now,
yes.
regarding Legal Shield and others, so we've served over 4,000 clients already, all over the country, and our differentiator is the use of the lawyer feedback to fine tune the AI. So every time it's used, it gets more accurate. It gets better, and we don't think it'll be easy to catch up once we're starting with that kind of baseline of 4,000 customers, 1 million chats. We're the number one through a partnership, the number one legal AI on ChatGPT.
Ryan, somebody
Hold on
came back with the Legal Shield question, and I believe I know the answer, but I'll let you answer it. We've been advocates of this at our Chamber Law Center, but we appreciate you expanding our network. But they want to know, some groups like Legal Shield do assign you an attorney, and those attorneys are supposedly giving you preferred rates. What has your network across the country been able to do or promote in terms of special rates?
So you said they use an attorney. Well, I'm seeing that the question is the
Well, through Legal Shield, they get a discounted for
right.
the
So it's
attorney.
different. They get a referral. It's very different. So you pick up the phone, you talk to any lawyer. You don't get someone that gets to know your business. It's just any lawyer, and then they can refer you to a specialist. So we do the same, and they give a discount. And we do the same. So your in-house counsel that I mentioned with your plan is a business specialist, but if you need a personal injury attorney or a patent filed, That attorney will help you find a specialist, and we offer discounts for that for those referrals as well.
And plus the chamber also has that. Will you offer a per usage chart? For example, as an independent contractor, I might use inhouse.app a few times a year.
Yes, so it's cancelable anytime. So we made our subscription $50 a month, but there's no commitment. So you can use it to generate one document and then cancel it, and then and then use it again when you're ready.
Perfect. Let me go to, I think we answered the per usage. Okay, how does it handle employee handbooks for companies with facilities in several states? Am I correct in assuming that the firm would need 3 handbooks for 3 facilities in 3 different states? I'm thinking of companies who have more than 1 office in our tri-state area.
So that
Yes.
was interesting, Helena. If you remember yesterday, we had 4 state agencies from New York: labor, tax and finance, workers' comp, and the insurance fund. And these are all required programs that businesses need to have to operate in New York State. And that question came up. And yes, I know Ryan will have more to add to it, but yes, and that's the beauty of this. This is a national program that we're augmenting here in the tri-state region now. And we do have a small group of 70 attorneys in the tri-state area. And with Ryan's group, we have 3,000, and I'm sure Ryan's going to confirm this, labor law and all these employee handbooks, human resources. The more people have asked for it, and they have across the country, the more precise it becomes.
That's exactly right.
Ryan, oh, go ahead.
Regarding multiple employment manuals in each state, yes. Every state has very specific employment laws. So you would need a different version. It could be based on the same template as a starting place, but it would need to be customized for every contract. Good thing about in-house is it's going to do them all within 20 minutes, customized to each state.
Do you do this in Bangladesh for Bangladesh businesses?
US only at the moment.
US, just wait. We'll be we're huge world, we have our World Trade Week in May. It might motivate Ryan to get the 80 countries that we work with hand in hand and promote international.
On the other hand, the
communities.
Bangladesh businesses that are assimilating and are operating businesses here in the US, it can be very, very helpful too.
Oh, of course, but no, this gentleman's in Bangladesh listening to this, so we're very international this morning, so it's really nice. Any other questions to this? This is just so you know, all documents
Only in
will
English.
be only in English.
No, so the documents can be generated in any language. So the playbook hasn't been expanded beyond the US. So that kind of like supercharged engine that we pride ourselves on is limited to US law. But it's no problem. It can generate any document in any language. Any
other questions? Right. Well, if there's any, put it in. Ryan, this was just so informative. Everyone, AI is at the forefront right now. We want to make sure that you have all the information, that you have this for your business and to help you grow your business. Like I said, if there's any attorneys on here, reach out to myself or Mark. We can get you into the referral database and hook you up with Ryan. Ryan, do you want to have any closing remarks?
Yeah, I'd just be curious to hear if anybody is interested in any subsequent webinars on any topic in legal AI.
Put it in the chat if you guys are interested in any specific.
Yeah, I could do an advanced AI workshop where we get into like drafting commercial contracts. We through the Chamber Legal Center, we can do industry specific legal workshops where we loop in attorneys from the chamber to put on webinars focused on the legal needs of a particular industry, like construction or e-commerce. That's also something that we're happy to do, or anything else.
Yeah, I know that, you know what, I'm recognizing Kevin McKiernan because he has Esquire and he is a member of the chamber. That's why I urge you guys to put your company name in there. Kevin, Kevin comes on our online networking all the time, and he does the employee handbooks and employment, books for your business, as well as he's on top of all the issues that are concerning businesses. So Ryan, having that gear into, because they always ask him questions about that, everything is changing legally. So I think if we can kind of focus, again, deep dive more into businesses of what they need. And I think that would be a really good opportunity. Someone asked how long the promo code is going to last for. So just reach out to me, and I'll put
Right
you in.
now, the promo code is good to the end of the month, but Ryan and I will be talking, and we'll probably have another extension of that. And I do want to give a shout out to Kevin. I know he's one of Staten Island's best attorneys. He won a Chamber of Commerce award, and he's done some work for the chamber. So I think this is going to be a great match. I'll be talking to Kevin offline about joining this larger network and getting his opinions. And Ryan is going to be very he listens like the Chamber of Commerce listens. We're going to make this a better program. This is the first chamber in the United States, and we're going to use our partnerships with other business groups and chambers, particularly to help the small and medium-sized businesses.
Yeah,
That's
that's right.
our mantra.
Reach out to me if you have any questions. Just Ryan at inhouse.app if you want to connect about anything. And I'm really excited about the number of people that joined this meeting and are interested. And thank you, Mark and Helena, for putting this on.
Thank you so
remember
much.
now, every entrepreneur and every small business can have their own in-house legal assistance.
Love it.
And if you have any questions, feel free to email me, and I'll just forward it right over to Ryan.
I'm not going to get these notes, everyone, by the way. So when this closes, it's going to end it. So I recommend sending to Helena or myself, invitation to connect, so that we don't.
I have a copy of it. I get a copy of it, so you'll have a copy.
Yes, anybody out there that has questions, just feel free to contact our offices or Ryan directly, and we'll make sure we'll get back to you within 24 hours, and we'll start the process. It's relatively simple and one step at a time. But congratulations, Ryan, on being the first one to use artificial intelligence.
Thank you.
Particularly in the legal sphere, to help small businesses get involved with the necessary paperwork. And we commend you. And we're proud to partner with you.
Thank you. I appreciate that. All right. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Everyone have a great weekend. Thank you for joining us. Next Tuesday, online networking. If you want, join us. It's 10 to 11. Everyone gets a copy of the chat and list of attendees. We pair you with people that you want to do business with. Wednesday, if you're a member of the Greater New York Chamber of Commerce, in-person networking, really excited, complimentary, because we have a sponsor. Zenith HR is going to be sponsoring it. And then we also have these webinars on Fridays. So thank you, everyone, for joining us. Have a great weekend. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. And if you're not a member, please join us. That's how we are only supported by our members and our sponsorship. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Have a great weekend.